Cancer, welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we're doing your love read. This is for anyone Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Cancer. Also know this is a general read, you guys. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Cancer, I'm going to be speaking like I am speaking about your person, but I could be speaking about you. I am just a little sorry for the lateness in my postings. And honestly, I think I'm actually late for you. But I'm only posting a few signs this week, the ones who give me the most views. I am also still in that new moon energy, Virgo season. So it's definitely that lovely hermit energy for those of you who've been watching me for some time that I love. And so I've been needing to integrate within myself as well. So, we all need some time. On top of that, I have a very difficult, challenging work schedule, and I work a lot of hours and very up all day pretty much, you guys. I've been up since 4 in the morning, so I wanted to get these readings done for you guys before I started my day, because I won't have the energy in the evenings because I work till really late, straight probably to like 8-9 o'clock. So this energy, Cancer, there's a bird in here, and when I was shuffling, I did see the 10 of Wands quite a few times, and I feel like there's a holding on to pain and grief and an upset. So either there was an argument here, a fight, altercation, separation, whatever the case may be, it's a trigger, and someone needs to free themselves. I'm going to speak like it's your person, but I feel like all the readings that I've done, the energy feels like they're just merging. So I just feel mirroring. So you guys put where the shoe fits, and obviously, whatever resonates. But there is a need to surrender thoughts. So there's a lot in the mind, and that's where the burden and the grief is, and it has to do with triggering energies of things that have nothing to do with each other. I'm pretty sure hurt was caused by the both of you, which makes whatever is being experienced individually even more difficult. But clarity is being gained here, and I really do feel you guys will work things out. And at the end, I do feel for some of you a positive outcome, and for others of you it could just be that you've found peace with the situation and have decided to move on, right? The clarity came, and after this you'll find resolution and peace. So Spirit, give me more on this energy for Cancer. Wow, yeah, let your friends help you. And I really feel this is the universe, right? Like for me, this let your friends help you is always your angels and guides in the universe acting as a participant in the resolution, and the guidance. And so of course there's forgiving and learning, because whatever this was, it really goes deeper within. And I don't always have to read this card, but this card usually, this message here is important. And as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And there isn't going to be positive energy and healing energy with the connection is not going to be experienced until the cycle is broken and both of you stop re-triggering each other. So this could be the one, and I think it's because you guys genuinely do care about each other. Like, there's love here, but there's understanding that needs to take place. Here you have, you deserve love. You are lovable. And because there is a lack of self-love. I feel it's mutual, maybe one more than the other. There's always one person more aware than the other. That's just the way relationships operate. And we shift in roles. Sometimes we're a student, one's a student, the other's a teacher. And then as the relationship evolves, one becomes the teacher and the other one becomes a student. And this is lifelong. This is when you're married, when you're with someone long-term. Think about 10, 20 years, how much those roles shift and what we're constantly needing to understand that forgiving and learning is part of that process. Obviously, I am not condoning toxic behavior and abusive behavior. I mean, we're all old folks here and should be able to know and discern what that feels like. So please, please, please discern, because I am not a reader. I am not a reader that condones poor behavior at all. And I also my timeline is not on that timeline. So this is how you start to understand different readers, and not that it's negative, but there are different readers that have different timelines, and it's to help you move through whatever timeline you're in. And I'm definitely not in that timeline. I am more in the timeline of the soul's evolution. I resonate more with, I'm a very old soul inside. I may look young, but I literally am like an 80-year-old within my soul and my spirit and my wisdom. So let's see what else comes up for this energy. There goes that trapped in fear. And I think that's just the bondage to there's ego. I also feel in that. There's ego. And so here we have justice. Yep. And this deck is called balance, and there is a need to harmonize. You guys can start again, passion igniting AC once, because you guys genuinely do care. There is this potential to heal, because we have the star to rejuvenate, renew this connection. But what needs to be balanced out is the fears and the emotional blockages that exist individually, right? What needing to find love, self-love is needed here, basically, in order to stop the triggering and the constant battle between the two of you. Yeah, firm foundation, needing to ground and throat chakra. This communication will come in, and I think once you guys stabilize, then you'll be able to talk and find a more peaceful resolution, because the star is peaceful, renewing something in a very peaceful manner. All right, Spirit, give me more on this trapped in fear. For Cancer's person. Give me more on this trapped in fear. Wow. And there goes the Temperance, Nine of Wands, the defensiveness, right? So healing, patience. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Justice. And I feel, it's not always that I feel ego with the Nine of Pentacles. But it happens every now and then. So for Nine of Pentacles to come out with trapped in fear, this is an energy of, I'm fine in the outside, but inside I am really struggling internally. And so outside, that's where the ego comes in, because the not wanting to be vulnerable, right? To be vulnerable, always in the defense, is the issue here. And so justice is here, and the justice is karma. It's time to close a cycle. It's karma is a mirror. It's the lessons that we receive, and knowing to find forgiveness and also see ourselves, because the 9 is major arcana, is the Hermit, which I've been seeing, a lot of contemplation, Hermit energy right now with the Virgo season. This is also Earth energy. You guys can be dealing with our Earth or Libra, but Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is a need to really see ourselves and bring balance and change and fairness, because there is an injustice also with this energy that really, again, I do feel ego with the Temperance, because in reverse, I don't do reversals, but not the best energy, right? It's wanting to avoid to face anything. I mean, we are also seeing the Chariot and the Emperor and the Moon, so there's a lot of control and pride here. And it's really a mask to this fear. So what's really, it's the internal that needs to be healed here. So Spirit, give me more on this balance. Why is justice here? Why is justice here? Yeah. Talk about healing the Devil and the Queen of Cups. Internally, the justice that needs to be brought about is this Eight of Cups, leaving behind emotion. It's an emotional awareness that needs to take place with this Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups is when you're fulfilled, right? So you need to move towards feeling more emotionally fulfilled with the self. The Nine, right? The Nine is the self. But that can only happen if you emotionally see and get an understanding of the blockages, the things that are bounding us to a certain behavior, a certain reaction, and nothing's going to change if we don't tap into these emotions and release the ego, right? So what if the outside, nothing. If your internal is struggling, nothing's going to change. And so in order for things to change, this leap, wow, talk about major arcanas, the Fool, the Tower, the Sun. Once you take this leap, there is a positive outcome. I think you guys have to face, definitely have to face things. No more emotionally hurting each other with the Devil here and the Queen of Cups. Really being fair to each other. There needs to be fairness here. So Spirit, give me more of this passion ignited. Nice Ace of Wands here. Another 9. So we have now the 9 of Swords with the 8 of Pentacles. I do appreciate the progression. So you guys are not that far behind, right? These are minor arcanas. Things can change. And the Ace here, again, Ace of Pentacles. You guys can bring about this change. But you have to work on it together. Work on yourselves, right? That self-love needs to happen. And deal with what you're really struggling internally. It's like there has to be a micro focus on what's really existing here in order for you guys to forgive each other and heal. And there is a learning, because the Eight of Pentacles is apprenticeship. So you've got to study yourself. You got to study your mind. The Hermit introduces ourselves to ourselves when we allow it and when we actually pay attention. But when we avoid it, there is a certain level, and I don't like to use this word, but it's a word that everyone understands nowadays and throws it around like crazy. But there is a level of narcissism, right? And so for me, everyone has a trait of narcissism. That's what pain does. And it kind of puts us in a very selfish mode. Now, there's degrees of narcissism. There's that temporary victim. And then when you come out and the sun comes out and you heal, then you can see yourself, because you're not that far deep in your pain where you can't sit with yourself and see where you're also participating. Now, the higher degrees of narcissism, those who are really, really bad, now it's all about avoidance. It's all about not wanting to see themselves at all. Now, they do not, let's not mistaken, they do not lack awareness. They are extremely well aware. It's a choice. It becomes a choice, and there's no convincing those kind of people. It's like that's a waste of time right there. But this energy, this is just, they're just things that need to be dealt with. And like all of us, We have things, moments, pain. We experience things in our lives that set us back. Sometimes it could be, for some of them, it could be a financial setback. And it really took a long time for them to rebuild themselves, which is why they hold so much pride and are more on the defense about preserving themselves and not letting anyone interfere. So that's where the ego can come in as a defense mechanism, because it took a long time to get here, you know. But it's not going to allow for progression if they really want love. And so the self needs to be kind of revisited here and redefined a little bit, right? It's evolved. So Spirit, give me more on this star. Why is the star here? So we have, you guys can be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. But this is really empowering, and I feel the passion still exists. Give me more on the star. There's still passion here, which is why it's a magnetic energy. And there goes the Tower. And there goes that Emperor. You both hold very strong energy. I think you both do. And in order for this change to happen, you both need to appreciate each other's strength, but also find a compromise in order to heal this. And actually, I want to pull something else for you guys. Because there's value. The Star and the Queen of Wands, like, you know, this person does respect you. But it's like you both probably carry similar energies, which is why it can be very combative. So, all right, so let's see what the message and guidance is for Cancer. What is the message and guidance for Cancer? There goes that Empress. Queen of Swords. Wow, King of Swords. Cancer, come on. Do you see how combative this is? I think you know this. There is a self-awareness with the energy I'm picking up. This feels like a very specific reading. It feels almost personal too. You are very aware about what's happening, and you miss your person. I feel like this is like you both are in this harsh Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy, just not speaking and still in your feelings. These are two people in their feelings, but yet miss each other. Look at how strong this is. My God, look at all these people. I don't think there's people involved. I think this is just what you guys embody. Four of Wands, like this really could work itself out if you guys collaborate. That's why forgiving and learning is necessary. And this could be the one. Empress with King of Pentacles, King of Wands. This is attraction, stability. Like there's a lot of common ground I'm feeling. And then Queen of Swords, King of Swords, like the suits, like there's common ground here, which will come across as differences, but there's no differences. There's just a need for compromise and respect and understanding and compassion, because this is too cold. Not that they're the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords do not hold compassion, but they're too much of the logic, and it's more about the arguments on the mind space and not so much the heart space. And you guys could be hurting each other in the heart space, which puts you more in this Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy, but yet like magnetic towards each other. Don't overcomplicate it, Cancer. All right, so let's see, what is the blockage for this connection? Oof. Ah, lovely, beautiful. See, it's still a blockage. So you are an inspiration, inspire. This is that star. It's like you guys have to appreciate, or not appreciating what you both bring to the table. And you can both inspire each other, then fight each other, find a way, and then afraid to love again. Yeah, there will be fears, like I said. it took a lot to get here. Maybe both of you hold this level of pride of where you're at because it took a lot to rebuild yourself. And so you're afraid to let someone in, and that could be a blockage. And then empath, your extra sensitive soul is both a blessing and a curse. And that could be where the emotions, the protectiveness of the emotions, right? So this is where one of you or both of you could be empaths. Maybe it's mutual, but one of you, like I said, on the outside, show yourself like this, but on the inside, emotionally, absorb a lot, which is how the triggering happens. So the fight and the emotions that happen with the way you guys are communicating has a lot to do with the sensitivity of your soul. And this is what I'm saying. You have to find self-love as an empath. It's very important to understand the effects of your emotional body and how to preserve it, but also you can't take things personally because you understand that you're also an absorber of emotions. And so that's why it's a blessing and a curse, because sometimes the emotions you're processing are not even yours. And then here we have true love will be yours. I mean, there is a possibility here, and it's just a lot needs to be dealt with individually. Wow, timing card. I haven't seen a timing card in a while. In the very near future. So you guys will probably figure it out. You know, are going to figure it out. What else for this energy? For Cancer, what else is the untold message here? Influences, I'm distracted right now. I think you both are just distracting yourselves. I was going to pull another one, but let's pull one of these now. I think you both are distracting yourselves. You're worthy of so much more than what I can give you right now. I'm working on becoming the person that can give you what you deserve. This is, I feel this is mutual energy. I feel you both have been working on yourselves. I don't feel that, I feel what's more important here is I'm working on becoming the person that can give you what you want. This is an energy of both of you working towards becoming your better version. But in this path, there is a lack of self-worth. And that's why Spirit wants to point out the self-love, because that's where the work really needs to take place. And then we have, ever since I've met you, nothing in my life seems to make sense anymore. My whole world has been turned upside down. I feel so confused. And you know what? There is a possibility here too that the fears, the triggering is what they feel. And so, like I said, one may hurt the other more than the other, but it's because they're feeling more. And that's what brings the fear, because it feels like it'll disrupt the security within themselves. But to feel disruption of this security is where the lack of self-love lives. Because if you're secure as a Nine of Pentacles, nothing shakes you. And when you have the self-love, so in this case, I feel it's more of an ego. This position still held by a certain level of ego, but not fully healed yet. And so it's a process. So this is the oracle. I feel this is, I don't bring this for all of the readings, but I feel this is the self-parenting oracle. And I feel like this is something that we need to learn within ourselves, where we have to learn that we also have to self-parent ourselves, even as adults, to change and to evolve. So let's see what's the guidance here for you, Cancer. You've got two. It is now safe to let go of the survival mechanism of internalizing the fears of others. That's why I said absorbing. This feels like an absorbing. So we become very defensive, right? Because we internalize the fears of others. It may not be ours. I choose to remember that although I may have once found a sense of safety trusting the instincts of others over my own. I am now strong enough to honor myself by trusting in the ability to gently discern between helpful and unhelpful thinking. And that's this energy, right, that I'm saying, where there is still need for security, but it's not 100% there. So there's a need to find strength to honor yourself by trusting in the ability to be gentle and discern between helpful and unhelpful thinking. And that's the trap. So there's still unhelpful thinking in this space, but you have to isolate what's yours and what's not yours. And so we have, it is now safe to let go of the survival mechanism of catastrophic thinking. More about thinking. I choose to remember that although expecting the worst may have seemed to be hopeful in the past, I may now trust myself and am able to better advocate for my needs when leading with believing that I now have the potential to serve my own best interest. And again, this has to do with discernment, right? And intuition. And it is survival, right? We do these things to survive. And so we have to find helpful ways to better advocate for ourselves and how to hold this grounded energy, right? This groundedness within ourselves without us not feeling safe if it's shaken, right? Losing our balance if it's shaken, that we will still stand strong no matter what. So let me get another guidance here, Spirit, for Cancer. Take it slow. This is a time of slow movement. Take things one step at a time and watch your progress. By slowing things down, you will get the clarity you need. And this is a space of clarity. And then prayer. Your angels and guides and spirit guides have seen your struggles and are urging you to pray for guidance. The divine can only guide you when you specifically ask for their help, and ask, you shall receive. And this is what I'm saying. This to me feels like guidance in this time, and there is a need to tap into more of the self and the soul, and grow from there. And they want you to tap into that, to really heal, All right, so let's see one more guidance for Cancer, Spirit. Thank you. And of course, love. You are worthy of love, and it will find you. Give the love you would like to receive. And that's exactly what this is. It's, you deserve love. There's a lot of needing self-love and seeing our self-worth and really owning it, and believing in it, not just showing it. We can, like I said, not just showing it, but being it, which allows for a more compassionate way of communicating with our partner versus feeling always on the defense and, not feeling safe, lack of security. So, Cancer, I'm gonna leave it right there. Please like, share, subscribe. Click that bell button if you enjoyed my frequency. But remember to live always relentlessly and striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul. I'm here to nurture you into the next message. Bye.